Hey guys, how's it going? Here are your daily fantasy baseball matchups for August 18th, 2020. First game we're going over is St. Louis Cardinals at Chicago Cubs. Ponce de Leon versus Yu Darvish. Darvish is a great pickup here, but a guy I like a lot in the Cardinals lineup is Matt Carpenter, the lefty. Notice he's going $1,500 cheaper than Goldschmidt, the righty. Ponce de Leon has rarely versed these Cubs batters. There's no data available. Next matchup, Milwaukee Brewers at Minnesota Twins. Corbin Burns has rarely versed this Twins lineup. I would take a look at him. He's a cheap price. He'll probably throw about 75, 80 pitches. Kenta Maeda going against this Brewers lineup. I like Yelich at the top. Hira, Jericho again. Jericho's good because he has pop. Not too many options besides Yelich, Hira, and Jericho. Today you will be able to afford Yelich. I have a lot of cheap value picks today that'll allow you to get guys like Yelich and Betts or Trout in your lineup. Detroit Tigers at Chicago White Sox. Tariq Skubal making what I believe to be his major league debut. I read he's capped at 50 pitches today, so you're not picking up Skubal, but keep an eye on Skubal for the end of this year and for the rest of his career because he has high strikeout stuff. Could be one of the highest swinging strike pitchers in baseball. Dylan Cease going against this Tigers lineup is a great matchup for Cease. Hopefully this is when he starts to become the pitcher we all know he can be. 3 home runs total given up versus Tigers lineup. 1 apiece coming from Willie Castro, Jonathan Scope, and Jeimer Candelario. Quick note on this Tigers lineup. Isaac Paredes was called up yesterday. I believe he had the only 2 RBIs scored against Gio Gonzalez. So definitely take a look at Isaac Paredes. He will be underrated until he starts performing, but great bat to ball skills, great walk rate. Isaac Paredes should be a legit major league batter for the next 5 to 10 years. Seems like a solid option. Next matchup is Cincinnati Reds at Kansas City Royals. One of my favorite guys, Trevor Bauer, going against Brad Keller. I love Bauer here going against the Royals, especially in Kansas City, not in Cincinnati, so those fly balls won't hurt him as much. He has given 3 home runs up to this lineup, 1 apiece to Jorge Soler, Alberto Mondesi, and Alex Gordon. I like Jorge Soler as a good play today in this Royals lineup. I do not like Mondesi. I think Bauer will make quick work of Mondesi. Versus Brad Keller, I like a lot of these Reds hitters. The righty with a lefty-heavy lineup. I'll take my guy Shogo Akiyama. I don't think he's homered yet this year, but he looked like a solid hitter. Doesn't have too much pop, but he's bound to hit one eventually. Jesse Winker, his price has gone up exponentially since I've been talking about him. Take a look at Castellanos. Not too much after that, actually. I would say Jesse Winker, Shoko Akiyama, and Castellanos. Votto's not bad for the price, but Votto's not going to hit the homers. You can't count on the homers with Votto. He only hit 12 last year, I think, and he got off to a hot start, but it looked like he slowed down with the homer production this year. Next game is Toronto Blue Jays at Baltimore Orioles. Nate Pearson going against Wade LeBlanc. Pearson has looked amazing thus far. He's yet to verse this Orioles lineup, so we can't say too much. But for this Blue Jays lineup versus Wade LeBlanc, the lefty, take Grichuk again. Grichuk homered last night. He's hot. I think he's hit 2 or 3 homers since he's came off the DL last year. He owns a homer in 7 plate appearances versus LeBlanc and a 2,500 OPS. Grichuk is a good-ass pickup today. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I should curse or not, but I think you guys are found a little bit of cursing. Next guy I like today for the Blue Jays is Danny Jansen, the catcher. Hopefully he gets a start today. I think he should be starting a lot more for them. 1,600 OPS versus Wade LeBlanc in his career. And then take a look at Teoscar Hernandez and Vladimir Guerrero. But take a note, you're paying $1,000 more for those guys than you are for Danny Jansen and Randall Grichuk. So Grichuk's one of the guys I was saying today that will save you a lot of cash. Next game up, Philadelphia Phillies at Boston Red Sox. Zach Eflin at Zach Godley. We got a Zach attack today in Boston. For this Red Sox lineup, no data really for Zach Eflin. That's surprising. Kevin Pillar with a 2,000 OPS and 5 at-bats. I can't give you too many suggestions for this Red Sox lineup. I would love to say Devers, but he's been hard so far. So you're kind of, I guess, Mitch Moreland. Take a look at Mitch Moreland today for the Red Sox. He's not listed here. Surprised that veteran hasn't versed Eflin yet, but Eflin's pretty young. Mitch Moreland's the guy today for this Red Sox lineup. Zach Godley going against this Phillies lineup has his work cut out for him, and Bryce Harper. I would definitely pick up Harper and Yelich today. Realmuto, I would love to suggest him, but it's really hard fitting Realmuto into your squads. He goes for like $1,000 more than any other catcher. McCutchen, I hadn't seen too much from him this year. I would say you got to get Harper in your lineup today. He's hot as any. He's hotter than any player in the league right now. I think he has six home runs maybe, but his average is crazy. His walk rate's crazy. Definitely pick up Harper today. Take a look at Nate Pearson going against the Orioles lineup. Pearson's looked really, really solid. I'm surprised his price is that cheap. He's going to go deeper in the game. So definitely take a look at, paired Trevor Bauer and Nate Pearson. You still got a lot of money left to spend on your offense. Next game up, New York Mets at Miami Marlins. David Peterson now versus Humberto Mejia, making, I think, his second start. I believe he was the rookie that came up last week for the Marlins. So not a lot of at-bats to look at. Dom Smith you're picking up. He's already hit a homer off of him. Brandon Nimmo. I think Brandon Nimmo's a good option. He hit a triple yesterday. It looks like he's swinging that bat a little bit more. He's been walking above 400 points this year, so he's walking. It's not like he's not doing good at the plate. Just got to put bat to ball a little more. For this Marlins lineup, I can't tell you to pick up Logan Forsythe. I'll say take a look at Jesus Aguilar. That's kind of one of the only guys. And, Monte Harrison, actually. I was watching the game last night. Monte Harrison was looking pretty good. There's a lot of power potential in that bat. So Monte Harrison and Jesus Aguilar are your guys today for this Miami Marlins lineup. This Mariners-Dodgers game, not going to be a lot to talk about. I like both these pitchers, though. I don't have anything to say from an offensive perspective, but these pitchers I like a lot. Gonsolin's going to be going deep. Marco Gonzalez is going to be going deep. These are guys that can each give you 7 innings today. Marco Gonzalez, I'm surprised. I know he's going against the Dodgers, but the Dodgers have been they haven't been amazing versus lefties. They are in weighted runs created plus they're 86. That means they're 15% worse than league average this year against lefties. So keep that in mind. They're only walking at 300 clip. They're hitting at a 210 batting average. I mean, they have the most plate appearances today versus lefties, and they haven't been hitting them too good. So definitely take a look at Marco Gonzalez today. Don't be scared that he's going against the Dodgers. When Dodgers versus a lefty, they're not the same offense. They're just not the same offense going against a lefty. And Tony Gonsolin going against his Mariners lineup. Mariners have been about average, 5% worse than average so far versus righties. And I think Gonsolin's an above average righty pitcher. And the more he starts to work, I think the more he finds his groove, the better he will become. I think it must be hard for guys like Gonsolin and Ross Stripling for this Dodgers team, to an extent even Julio Urias, because they didn't really get a lot of guys join a rotation, major league rotation when they're 21, 22, and they just stay there. When they come up, they stay there. But these guys have really been getting jerked around for a good 3, 4, 5 years. I mean, with Urias, it's been 5 years. With Stripling, it's been 5 years. I mean, they're getting jerked around. These guys would have been major league, 3 or 4 starters in any other rotation in baseball. They go to the Washington Nationals, they slot as a 3-4 starter. The New York Mets a 3-4 starter. But because we're the Dodgers, they're getting sent down. They're getting put on the IL, the DL. It's just not really too fair for these elite pitchers. Next game up is Washington Nationals at Atlanta Braves. Austin Voth versus Josh Tomlin. I think this is Josh Tomlin's first start of the year. Hitters I like today for the Braves are few and far between. Not a lot of matchup data. Take a look at Marcell Ozuna as always. For this Nationals lineup, Howie Kendrick, 1 home run in his career versus Josh Tomlin. Same with Adam Eaton, but Adam Eaton's OPS is subpar versus Josh Tomlin. So value play, take a look at Howie Kendrick, and actually, add Adam Eaton too. 3,000 points. He might not get you a homer, but Adam Eaton's pretty solid for $3,000. I would get Howie Kendrick and Adam Eaton in there. I think these guys will have a good game. Josh Tomlin's not a starter anymore. He's been in the bullpen for the past 2 or 3 years, so I'm surprised he's making the start here for the Braves. And with the price being shown, I'm guessing it's a start and not a opener. Usually the openers go for 5,000, 4,000. I mean, he's going for a higher price than some starters are going for today, so that's a little odd. Cleveland Indians at Pirates, no matchup data to talk about. I like Carrasco a lot here today. The Pirates have been abysmal. I think bottom of the league versus righties. Yes. Pirates have been 50% worse than league average against righties this year. Pick up Carlos Carrasco today going against them in Pittsburgh. Good ballpark for pitchers. No comment on JT Brubaker. Probably his first career start. Probably an opener. Next game up, Tampa Bay Rays at New York Yankees. Blake Snell versus Tanaka. Gary Sanchez with 4 home runs and 25 plate appearances versus Blake Snell. And he's getting hot, so I bet you Snell is scared right now because Sanchez, he was hoping he was probably going to run to Sanchez cold. Now Sanchez is on like a 3-homer streak or something like that. So definitely pay the price for Sanchez today versus the lefty Snell. Gleyber Torres, Brett Gardner, Aaron Hicks, each with a homer versus Snell in their career. I like Torres here. Don't like Hicks and Gardner here. I can't suggest Gardner. I wish I could suggest Clint Frazier, but it looks like Snell has him figured out so far, 9 plate appearances. I'm not looking to pick up either of these pitchers either. I don't think this will be a low-scoring affair in New York today. Tanaka versus this Rays lineup. Mike Zunino owns 2 home runs against him, and Austin Meadows and Kevin Kiermaier own 1. Feel free to pick up Meadows, and Zunino is a great cheap catcher option. He's probably one of the cheapest options, and he has 2 home runs in his career versus Tanaka. Zunino has been rough, though. He seems like he's on the way out of the major leagues. Hopefully he can put it together and stay in because there's a lot of power in that bat. Next game up is Oakland Athletics at Arizona Diamondbacks. Frankie Montas versus Luke Weaver. Eduardo Escobar and Cole Calhoun each own a home run versus Frankie Montas in their career. None of the Oakland Athletics hitters in their career have hit a home run versus Luke Weaver. So there's not too much it seems like there's never too much data on these Oakland Athletic hitters. I don't know if that's because of how the regions are working this year. A lot of rookie pitchers in that West maybe. But no, not a lot of data to ever really talk about for this Oakland Athletics team. It is a younger roster, I guess. Not a lot of veteran presence. So Cole Calhoun, Eduardo Escobar have been a lot of recent suggestions. I like Ketel Marte a lot, though. Not a lot of success versus Frankie Montas in 3 plate appearances, but no strikeouts. I think Ketel Marte is still a really solid option. I think he's just getting started a little slower. There was a comment I heard that he's been batting leadoff and maybe he's not as power-oriented. There's still 30 homers in that bat, 35 homers in that bat. Ketel Marte is still a great batting average bat. I will not sleep on him. This is, I guess, more of a fantasy context than daily fantasy. If someone is scared, if an owner is scared of Ketel Marte, I would definitely buy low on him. Great buy low opportunity on Ketel Marte. Next game up, San Diego Padres at Texas Rangers. I think I like the Rangers a lot in this game. I'll get into that with the matchup data later. But the lefty rookie looks like Adrian Morejon with 1 plate appearance versus Todd Frazier, and that's it. The Mike Minor versus the Padres, not a lot of data. Manny Machado, though, versus the lefty, 2 home runs. So either look for Mike Minor to pitch around Machado or look for Machado to go deep. Pick up Machado today. Again, versus the lefty, you can always count on Machado. No data to talk about besides that. But I do like Rangers today because the Padres have been worse batting average-wise. Not on base-wise, but batting average-wise against lefties compared to the Rangers. And they've really struggled. 217 the Padres hit against lefties, 236 for the Rangers, both going against lefties today in the same game. So take a look at the odds for that. I bet you the Padres are a steep favorite. I would take the Rangers in today's game. They have the easier matchup, I think, because they're going against a young pitcher. The Padres have to go against a veteran Mike Minor. The Rangers get to go against a rookie pitcher who will get shelled or will get shocked or whatever. So I like the Rangers a lot today in that matchup. Next game is San Francisco Giants at Los Angeles Angels. Trevor Cahill at Dylan Bundy. Dylan Bundy's been really great thus far. This Giants offense put up more runs than expected last night against the Angels. Evan Longoria with 2 home runs and 13 at-bats. He's a great pickup today. Wilmer Flores, not enough power in that bat. Not enough power in anyone's bat on this Giants lineup, really, besides Evan Longoria and Mike Yastrzemski, who's shown that last year was not a fluke. No home runs for these Angels hitters versus Trevor Cahill. It's kind of surprising that Mike Trout's been that bad in 7 at-bats, but 4 strikeouts, no walks. Yeah, that is crazy. Last game up, Colorado Rockies at Houston Astros. Antonio Senzatella versus Zach Greinke. No matchup data for Senzatella versus Astros lineup. Zach Greinke with a lot of matchup data. 81 plate appearances versus Charlie Blackmon. I think that's the most I've seen since I started doing this series. 81 plate appearances. Charlie Blackmon owns a 700 OPS. So Greinke has Blackmon mostly figured out. The guy I like a lot is Daniel Murphy. Not the highest OPS. He does have a home run. Daniel Murphy, David Dahl, Trevor Story. Trevor Story, 5 home runs, 48 plate appearances. Definitely find budget hitters. Take the budget hitters I said today so you can get Trevor Story in your lineup today and get that guaranteed production. That's it for today, guys. Good luck and have a good one.